Band Maid with What Is Justice. Well, I'll tell you one thing that I have to explain, that I barely have a voice. I lost my voice yesterday, probably because we were at the Band Maid show a few days ago. We heard this song when it got its live premiere, and we were excited to now see the video coming out. Well, just a few days later, this is something really exciting. Definitely what we got from a live performance is that this is a really catchy banger of a song. Psyche singing full belt. You know, I'm expecting something really exciting from this. But the truth is that from a live performance, you never get the full impact of what it's going to sound like with all the nuances and everything. You just kind of know the energy, and the energy that we got was, well, I'd say it sounds like a real banging single.
It did. Like, I'm really impressed. I'm really excited to see what Psyche's going to be like in full whack on this one as well. If it's as intense as it was when we watched it, then I think we're in for a real banger.
Yeah, so honestly, I think when we're listening to Band Maid songs, you know, when you listen to the singles, you're not so much expecting anything so crazy and experimental as you're just expecting to hear, well, Band Maid kind of bringing that fan-pleasing energy they have that brings in all the new fans. And there's been so many new fans over recent years that I'm kind of really excited to see just how this comes across. It's another opportunity for them to advertise the Band Maid brand.
Exactly.
Anyway, here we go.
Pesa.
All right, let's get into this. You can really hear the drum work much better here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that high note really kicks in beautifully. You feel like the layered vocal and everything. Have more of them and less of us. Yeah, the details were beautiful. I really wanted to get my ears around what Konami was playing.
Yeah, the guitar solo was very good.
I do think this is definitely going to be one of their catchy songs that's going to get stuck in your head.
This is going to be a
You see some of the graphics they used backstage when they were performing it as well. Oh, what's that? Yeah, I love that the bass and the guitar will work with tandem so beautifully well. Have some of that Akane again. Oh yeah, look at that! You got a final title card and everything. Okay, yeah, this is what I really like about this is that we We got one hell of a banger there. It was everything kind of hoped for, but you know, like I said, when you hear the live version, you're thinking, well, I want to hear the recorded version, but I kind of want them. I want it to be that little bit extra. You know, I want to hear those little details that were hinted at in the live version. I wanted to hear that all come through. I wanted to hear that energy. I wanted it to not lose any energy when you go into the studio. You want that to have still that same punchy thing that made it such a crowd pleaser on the night. And I got to be honest, yeah, this is really good fun. I'm really enjoying this one.
I mean, this is Band Maid at their best when they come in like sort of like, you know, pedal to the metal, rocking. This has attitude. What I really love about this song as well is we get to showcase like each of the girls' abilities. Psyche's singing with his long notes, Misa coming in with the bass, Akani's ripping riffs as well and solos. Akane coming in as well. On the drums, just absolutely hammering it. Everybody gets a kind of like moment to shine.
Yeah, I always find it difficult to say anything is a band at their best, because especially like the best bands like this are ones where they do many different things. And for me, this is not so much like, is this going to be like my favorite Band Maid song ever? No, but this is like an example of what a single should be. And I said this when we had like a few of the singles off of the last album, and you know, Epic Narratives was an album with so many interesting songs on it, but for me the singles were kind of like the singles. They're the ones that are supposed to grab your attention, and if you're trying to grab people's attention, this is a great way to do it. Obviously this is a anime theme tune, as the last couple have been. This is Pony Canyon doing their work, but I have to say, for me, I just really love the fact that this, it grabbed you with that great chorus, and it's a good quality chorus. You know, it's a chorus that's sort of fed by the energy, like you say, of Psyche's vocals are blasting that forwards. And again, you know, sometimes when it comes to all the members of Band Maid kind of standing up and showing themselves in a good light, there have been some songs, like I was thinking more like Unseen World, where sometimes it sounded a little bit like it was a little bit cluttered, like a lot of people wanted to express things. But then there were some songs where Band Maid have felt like everything's just kind of clicked perfectly. And this is why I was really interested by the solo and the bridge in this song, because again, just the fact that when we went into that solo, it's the usual sort of concise, quick, leaves you wanting more kind of solo that we get from Konami. But underneath, Misa's bass was very subtle. It's not like trying to grab your attention, but the way she moves underneath and does that counter melody to the guitar solo, that just makes that whole segment work. It makes it so much more interesting than just like an arbitrary guitar solo when you have the whole band working around it. And then you get to the end of the song's already pounding along, and then Akane sort of double times it right at the end. I feel like everyone kind of showed their value, but in ways that it was kind of subtle. You know, it was nice. It was just these little bits here and there. And this is one of the things that makes Band Maid such a fun band, is because of the fact that they've got all this talent on tap, and yet they're never just kind of like throwing it in your face. It's always like little clever things they do, the way they switch things up, the way they keep things interesting. I thought this was a simple arrangement, simple catchy chorus, get stuck in your head, but it brought enough quality that it felt like something more than it wasn't just like some McDonald's burger of a it was not just some sort of cheap addiction.
Phone it in.
Yeah, it wasn't just some like cheap addictive song. It actually had like quality behind it, and I really felt this was worth aborting my plan to go to sleep, because I got the date wrong. I thought it was coming out midnight the next day, but it's of course midnight is in the beginning of the 18th, and here we are. So suddenly jumped out of bed like, oh, it's time. So here we are. I think that was a ton of fun. I think in the run of recent songs as well, I think it's nice that it differs itself a little bit from things like Zen and the songs that we had recently, and that it's a little bit more punky. So keeping just that right amount of variation. But I'm really looking forward to like just an album coming out, or just like just getting all of these songs that we've had recently together, getting them in the compilation and seeing what else can be paired with them. So I think we got some good fun stuff coming from Band Maid, and they just ever since like this sort of post-COVID era, they just haven't stopped creating. Ever since we got Unleashed, it's just been go, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, same.
So another good one, very much, no big surprises here, but the quality was kept up, and that's kind of what you mainly want from singles. So just a real pleasure hearing this one, a real pleasure getting a little bit more taste of justice. But what is justice, you may ask? Well, that's one thing I maybe don't understand after hearing this song, is what justice is. I feel like the question was not answered. The video was very much, it was Band Maid doing Band Maid videos, kind of lighting filters and lots of like crazy sort of light sources and lens flare and cameras swirling around. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same director who does most of their videos. It very much looks like it, but again, it worked. It was functional. Look at that. That was a brilliant frame. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, just kept things bouncing along in a really cool way. So this was a good fun video, good fun song. But to be honest, I'm mostly looking forward to seeing how this sits on an upcoming EP or album, just how this sits with a new collection of music, because it's always between the singles that we get the best Band Maid songs, in my opinion. But as a single, earworm, catchy, hopefully bringing in some new fans. Cool stuff.
Yeah, I think you said it all there, mate.
I often do. So, anyway, yeah.
I'm just here to look good. Got to bring something to the videos, I suppose. Yeah, don't add to that. Yeah, end the video.
All right. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. Get in the comments, tell me what you think. And for now, ciao, ciao.